I don't live in Baltimore City because
Two reasons probably why we don't want to live in Baltimore. One is
it was not a safe place for kids to run around and hang out.
It's not a safe place to live.
Across all spectrums, the schools weren't that great. Actually, were not very good at all.
it's run down and everything's still expensive.
And the property values were very low. So that's downtown when I was growing up, and then
the schools,
And the roads are horrible.
The crime, dirty.
And I would like to live in a city one day.
it's a great place for a church to do ministry, but it's not a great place for a family to raise children.
So that, and then it's just also not the safest city in the world.
And it's just not a place that you want to be if you can help it.
Would never feel safe there.
Baltimore. Once a great city of industry and culture, is now merely boarded up homes and shoes hanging from telephone wires. The neighborhoods of West Baltimore started decaying quickly after World War II, when the need for heavy industry declined rapidly, forcing thousands to lose their jobs. The middle class fled from the inner city, searching for better jobs and better homes in the suburbs, leaving only the poor behind, marooned in the city. First World Slum was born, and still remains today. Without jobs, the residents and tenants could no longer afford their rent, and quickly lost hope, turning to drugs and violence, relying on the streets for income. In 2012, a staggering 50% of West Baltimore residents were living below poverty. Median household incomes deflated to $9,000 a year, with home values soaring 1,000% higher. The citizens of West Baltimore are paying far too much for far too little. Many wonder, what can be done? Can anything be done? And where are the people? Is it possible to make inner cities bustle again, the way suburbia does now? Suburban areas thrive because there is ample space to build, and the neighborhoods are quiet and safe. Because of urban sprawl, more businesses and jobs are available outside of the city, as land is cheaper. These businesses are marketed for the suburbs, and are normally located too far from the inner city for low-class commuters. In order for Baltimore City to be repopulated and revitalized, more jobs need to be found near inner city neighborhoods. Bring the people back to the city, and the jobs will follow the supply. The brick row house of Baltimore is a unique housing typology only found in a small corridor of the Northeast. Some consider them beautiful, others believe they are a cancer. Following the vernacular rules of the row house already in place could lead to a very innovative and unique design for the city. Many experts claim that the inner city neighborhoods are just a new form of racism, segregating the poor minorities from the upper class whites. A mixture of social classes would benefit an improved neighborhood, and would also provide income diversity. Getting the community involved in the construction process could reinstate a sense of pride in the new neighborhood. homes for all social classes, parks and green space for recreation, and space for new businesses must be created. The old row house failed to meet the needs of its residents, so the new homes must be more prepared. The vacant row house provides the perfect place for crime to fester, some being used to expand the market for illegal drugs. Others are used to house criminals and squatters, and many are just inhabited by the poor, living without running water or electricity. The inner city school system is also failing. Because of decreased enrollment and attendance, these schools struggle to adequately educate the urban youth. The painless black holes where windows previously existed seem to suck the soul from the neighborhoods. Trash litters the cramped alleys, and grass covers the sidewalks. The value of family has been lost, maintenance has long been ignored, and police rarely protect the streets. These low-income families have insufficient space for their family needs, and their current homes lack a sense of ownership identity. There is an immediate need for something to be done about the vacant lots, and for Baltimore to be restored again. Low-cost housing has long been considered an eyesore, and has held the reputation of being dirty, poorly designed, and cramped. In every city of every size, the same problem exists. How is it possible that in a great country like the United States, cities can be left behind like this? Hope is still alive, that one day Baltimore can rise from the ashes again. Inexpensive, sustainable housing could be the key in revitalizing the lost communities. The residents of West Baltimore need housing they can realistically afford, and the creation of a housing complex that is safe, durable, easy to maintain, and establishes a community completely unique to Baltimore. The goal of this study is not only to support the lower class and find a solution to low-cost housing, but to make that solution seductive to all social classes. Our responsibility as architects and designers is to do better, and the current state of urban housing must be challenged. The new design must be more sustainable, a harmonious design with nature. This includes water collection, passive design strategies, solar and wind energy, and even adaptability for growing families over time. Baltimore still believes. Do you?